is us, taxpayers, who are being ripped off. It is us, taxpayers, who are not getting the resources that we paid into. So I ask the American people, do you want people at home and getting a paycheck and not providing services to you? The answer is no. Do you want the executive making the only decisions in this country, or do you want the elected representatives that you sent to Washington making those policies?
Let me introduce my colleague from the House, Representative Ilhan Omar.
Thank you, Senator. It is really, really a sad day in America. We are witnessing a constitutional crisis. We talked about Trump wanting to be a dictator on day one, and here we are. This is what the beginning of dictatorship looks like. When you gut the Constitution and you install yourself as the sole power, that is how dictators are made. What Trump and Elon and all of their cronies are trying to do is take away the constitutional power of Congress. We get to decide. We have the power of the purse. We get to decide where money is allocated, and it's the executive's power to make sure that that money gets to where it needs to get. When we talk about civil servants being let go, what we are talking about is not saving money. It's essentially saying they can get paid while they're home and their work doesn't get done on behalf of the American people. It is us, taxpayers, who are being ripped off. It is us, taxpayers, who are not getting the resources that we paid into. So I ask the American people, do you want people at home and getting a paycheck and not providing services to you? The answer is no. Do you want the executive making the only decisions in this country, or do you want the elected representatives that you sent to Washington making those policies? I am exceptionally upset about USAID. I lived in a refugee camp for 4 years as a child surviving civil war. It is the essential programs that USAID provided that kept my family and I fed and safe. It is the resources that so many people around the world rely on. And it is our soft power. Oftentimes, people interact with our country through the military. That does not create love for us, and it certainly does not keep us safe. When the world interacts with Americans through programs that provide essential need, they get to see the heart and compassion of the American people. When someone is struggling because their bridge broke down, when USAID comes in and helps fix that bridge, that creates goodwill for the American people. When people are dying of malaria and there is medication through USAID, that creates goodwill for the American people. When people are fleeing and they need just a little bit of food and USAID is there to provide that, that creates goodwill for the American people. Privileged billionaires who don't give a damn about America and Americans should not be making decisions that put Americans at harm. And a billionaire that hasn't been vetted, has not gone through confirmation, has not been elected by the American people, who we still do not understand what in the world he's doing, should not be telling American employees that they cannot access the building they work at. What kind of country is this man turning our country into? What kind of country are we becoming? It is embarrassing to read the headlines about free America, where one man is walking around like he is the boss of all of us, and we don't know who put him in charge. And it is time for us to put an end to that.
Today, Democrats are sounding the alarm. Representative Ilhan Omar delivers a passionate warning, saying what millions of Americans are feeling right now. This is how dictators are made. It is a sad day in America. We are witnessing the early stages of a constitutional crisis, one that threatens the very foundation of our democracy. Donald Trump and his allies are not just talking about power, they are seizing it, undermining the Constitution, and placing control solely in the hands of one man. And let's be clear, that's how dictators are made. Congress, the people's branch, holds the power of the purse. We decide how your tax dollars are used, and it's the executive's job to ensure that money serves the people. But by shutting down USAID and targeting civil servants, Trump is breaking that trust. This isn't about saving money. It's about silencing the workforce that keeps America running. It's about saying, go home. Don't serve the people. And while these workers are locked out, it's you, the taxpayer, who loses. I know what USAID means. I grew up in a refugee camp, surviving war and hunger. Programs like USAID fed my family, kept us safe, and showed us the compassion of the American people. Across the globe, USAID is the face of American generosity. When a bridge collapses and America helps rebuild it, that creates goodwill. When a child gets malaria treatment through USAID, that creates hope. When families fleeing violence find food through USAID, that saves lives. This is our soft power, our moral strength, the kind that builds alliances, not enemies. But today, a billionaire with no mandate, no confirmation, and no transparency is being allowed to decide who works, who eats, and who gets help, all without the consent of Congress or the American people. What kind of America is that? What kind of leader acts as if the nation belongs to him? It's embarrassing, it's dangerous, and it's un-American. America doesn't belong to one man. It belongs to all of us, the people. And Democrats are standing firm to protect our Constitution, our workers, and our global reputation. Because if we stay silent, history will remember this moment as the one where democracy began to fade. And we refuse to let that happen.